Hello, Curveball fam. Hi, my name is Lisa, and I am the Curvy Cuban. If you are new here, I do popular palettes, imitate some very popular looks, and try not to end up spending any money on them. Today's palette that we are duping from the Amor Eterno collection by Melt Cosmetics is the VIDA palette and the Muerte palette. Today's look is from the VIDA palette. And if you'd like to see how I got this look not using the VIDA palette, then you just should keep on watching. But before you do, hit subscribe and give me a thumbs up and like this video. That way you can keep on coming back for more and the algorithm will know to let you know when I've got a new palette I'm duping. So it'll serve everybody around if you just give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and then I'll show you how to put this on your eyes. Let's get started. The Melt Cosmetics Amor Eterno collection. Today we're doing the VIDA palette. Again, working backwards because by the time I post this, I probably will have already posted my Muerte palette dupe video. That one is the one that called to me the most, the one that I wanted the most. And it's a good thing I started with that one because I had quite a time trying to find all the shades to dupe the VIDA palette. I came close. I'll just insert the picture here. I came close. I do not have a dupe for the green shimmer Serape or a dupe for the red shimmer Allegria. I have green shimmers and I have red shimmers, but they're not quite the same hue to where I can say I can actually dupe that palette. I can dupe the palette using different colors, but I have come as close as I can, blending some of the shimmers that I have to come close to the look because I can't just not put a shimmer on the lid. So we're going to start off with a nice fiery look and dive straight in with some matte red, and we are going to be duping the shade Mexicana. I've already primed my eyes and go above the crease with my eyes open, just trying to map out the shape that I want first. What's frustrating about red mattes is that usually they start off looking very pink and you really have to build them up to develop that deep red look. I have multiple reds and I'm going to use my favorites. I've been on search for great red mattes for a while now and I have a few. This palette cost $58, and the thing is, they have the two, the VIDA and the Muerte, and to me, I would want both, and so that's like $116 you'd spend on colors. And even though the Muerte is the one that called to me the most, that was the one I was most easily able to dupe, therefore, this is the one that I would really need to buy if I wanted to add these shimmers to my collection, since I do not have the exact dupe for the red or the green. That red is actually from my Morphe 25L palette, and that's the shade Life. I'm trying out a Makeup Revolution drugstore red now. I haven't even tried this yet. I got this palette. It's just like a block of colored mattes that I picked up at Halloween time because I was painting a friend's face for Halloween and I just needed some base matte colors. And I haven't actually tried this one, so I figured now would be a good time to build up. I think it pays off pretty well. This cost me like $4 at Ulta. I thought it would be nice to have just a few of these just matte staples in my collection. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive, nothing out of the box brilliant, I just find it so handy for having colors in your arsenal to be able to grab. And I feel like that's deepening up this red nicely. So I am not mad at that. And the next shade I'm going to be duping is Pan Dulce, and it is like a melony orange. That one also comes from the Morphe 25L palette, and it is in the shade Pride, and I feel like this is an identical dupe. I'm just going to start sweeping underneath my lash line. I want to get this shape going here. Just going to press that pigment around the top of the red. I want a real sweeping, ethereal, soft edge here. And yeah, I'm blending a lot of the shadow out, but I will build up the pigment after I've achieved the desired shape I want the shadow to fall or lie. And also you can take a makeup wipe and just kind of wipe. It's a dry one that I've had that just sits here for cleanup purposes only. There, I've got that nice direction to go now. And we're going to brighten up all of these outer edges with Amor Eterno, which is a bright school bus yellow. All right, let's dupe the shade Soul, shall we? This shade is a matte orange that I can describe no other way than this. This is Sunkissed by ColourPop. It also is identical to the shade 518 in the James Charles palette. I swatched them both and they look identical. So if you have either or, this shadow probably cost a couple dollars because it's ColourPop. This is normally the time I would like to darken up the crease with like a black, but there is not a black on this palette, so we're gonna go with Chocolate, which is the dark matte brown. The Juvia's Place is probably gonna be one of my closer bets, a mix between this and something in the James Charles palette. Let me start with the Juvia's Place and just pop this on the outer corner. And just like that, this look just changed from a Dupe That palette to another autumn eye look. Bring that dark around to the lower lash line, a nice C shape around the eye. I'm gonna cut the crease and we'll be back in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with some more Chocolate in the outer corners. Then I'm gonna bring in the bright yellow Amor Eterno into the very inner corner, and then this under the lid Papel Picado. And the picture from the website, this yellow looks very school bus yellow. That's all I can describe it, is school bus yellow. But when you watch people do reviews on the actual palette, it looks more like a lemon yellow. The Papel Picado, the only way I can describe it is like a pea green. The problem with putting mattes all over a cut crease lid is it starts to look a little wrinkly, whereas shimmers are way more forgiving and they help cover up all the wrinkles in your eyes. I'm just gonna marry this Papel Picado and Chocolate with the shade Atole, and it is just like a taupey light brown shade, which I have plenty of. All right, I think I look like a Mexican blanket. So I'm going to take my closest dupe I can for Sarape, that green shimmer that, like I said, I cannot do a duplicate, an exact dupe for. I'm gonna have the closest thing I can to come to it. It's a little bit lighter. So it's definitely not the darkest green shimmer. It's a much lighter green and it's straight up glitter. That's the closest I can come to duping that shade. Alegria. I'm gonna put some red shimmer on this outer corner to tie this look together. Try to save it since it's getting further and further away from a dupe and more like I need to buy this palette. It leans more towards the orange side, so I am literally mixing a red and an orange shimmer together to try to duplicate that. And let's just load the outer corner up with some more chocolate. And I will be back in no time with my makeup done so we can finish off this lower lash line and try to salvage this palette dupe. And we are back to quickly finish up the lower lash line. So obviously I want to put some more chocolate in that outer corner. In my waterline, I have a cream gel liner from ColourPop in the shade Crossed. What do I think about my attempts to dupe this palette? I feel like I failed. Not only did I not have the bright green shimmer to dupe Sarape, I did not have the bright red shimmer to dupe Alegria, and I feel like having those two would have made this look. Instead, I used a lighter shade of green. What I thought was a shimmer turns out to be a pressed glitter from ColourPop, which I am not a fan of because it goes everywhere. And in order to match the overwhelming amount of green glitter that I put on my lid, I had to put on a yellow glitter to go over the poorly duped Amor Eterno in my inner corner, because mattes on a lid for me just enhances my wrinkles and accentuates my age. So I feel like I've gone from duping a palette to just creating a similar look. I did not do a very great job at duping this one. And if it weren't $58, I might actually purchase this palette, because those would be two shimmer shades that I'd have in my collection that I don't already have. But it would have been so much nicer to have that pure leaf green shimmer. And that's what I don't have. I've got a lot of olive greens, pea greens, light greens, forest greens, but I don't have that pure leaf green shimmer in my collection. Well, I have to check ColourPop's website and see if they have a leaf green shimmer, because if they've got a leaf green shimmer and a more orangey red shimmer, I might have been able to make this work a little bit better. And that is the completed look, my friends. The Vita is here on my eyes. I don't know, do you think I have got life in this look? No, I still think the look came out okay. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Let me know what palette you want me to dupe next. And until next time, stay curvy and stay cute, and I'll see you in a week. Bye.